And the thing is that because I know people who have been asked that question, I already had a response formulated, you know.
Like, let somebody try me. This is
Wait,
what was the response?
What was the response?
Let's hear it.
Get you some fucking business. I just don't understand, like, why do you care about other penises? What you should be caring about is your penis and where it's going, not about any other penises before you. So I guess for me, it doesn't compute. I do not understand why you would be so caught up, so much so that you're willing to ask somebody, how many people have you been with? And you also need to be willing to answer that question as well.
I'll be ready.
I think asking me my body count is the quickest way to talk yourself off some coochie. Because I absolutely am not giving it to you after you ask it. And this weird obsession with having a low number doesn't make sense to me. Because like I said before, at the end of the day, do you want a surgeon who's only done one surgery?
Nope.
No, you don't. You want a surgeon with experience, yes or no? So when you ask these women what's their body count, you're looking for someone who has a low one, and then all you're going to do is run back and tell your homies about how she can't suck dick, how she can't arch her back, how she can't do X, Y, and Z. Why? When you can have a woman who knows what she's doing is going to be able to please you. So can we stop this whole weird obsession with the low body count? It's not real. It's not sustainable. You don't really want that.
Well,
We gonna tell the truth because we talked about.
Well, not for nothing. It's not. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I said this once before. I'm gonna say this again. It's y'all fault.
What did we do?
Y'all lied about y'all numbers and made us think it was real.
I've never lied about.
Well, I'm just saying, if women did not lie about their number, and whatever number is y'all real average, it would be more acceptable for us. But when we heard 3, when we heard 3 all our life, when you say 7, it's a little shocking. But here's the thing: what we should normalize, if not already, like one of my boundaries is how many serious relationships you had, and what does he do? If you dated a bunch of if you seriously dated a scammer, a drug dealer, and a guy who worked at Chick-fil-A, you're not going to be fit for me. Because realistically, where I'm at, because I compare.
What's his position at Chick-fil-A, though?
He's a cashier.
Okay.
All right.
He staying outside or he be inside?
You could have been a store director.
He gonna both of them. You know they flip flop. but yeah, like you could be something way different, like a GM, and you might make 6
Chick-fil-A
figures.
job was his on the books job.
Ooh. Which is another.
He was also a scammer.
Another issue. You feel me? But I think because you know why? When I before I date a girl, I swear to God, girls be like, when I know it's going in a serious manner, they always wonder what was my ex look like or what did she do in those regards. So I picked that game up from them. So I'm like, okay, they trying to see if my exes, you know, were of some type of status as she is in comparison, right? Which is respectfully right. Because here's the thing. I don't want to be your best by a long shot. Like, I'm not going to lie. You most likely don't know how to treat me.
But you know what, Rico? I'll say this. Like, say if you're a woman and you've dated a lot of athletes, there are men who may, come after that and feel very insecure about the fact that you're 27, 28, 29, and you've had multiple, let's say, 2 and 3 year relationships with athletes. So you've been with young men who are millionaires who have say and control over a lot of people and a lot of things. And then when you get with them, in the back of their mind, they're like, man, I ain't gonna never measure up to that, So there's a level of insecurity that comes with that. And I'm not saying all men, but there are men out there who feel a certain way about the caliber of men that their exes have been with. And I won't even just say just athletes. Let's just say I've dated
a tech guy.
Only surgeons. Not general surgeons.
That's
I'm
dope.
dating only like specialized surgeons. You're gonna feel some kind of way if you just a GP.
Yeah, but that's what the boundaries are for. Because if a guy's insecure about who you seriously dated and the level of where he's at in comparison to your ex, he was gonna be insecure with your lifestyle and your desires one way or another. Because if you were dating this dude who is making X amount of dollars, let's say he's making, $500,000 a year, you probably are accustomed to a different lifestyle, especially if you dated him for 3 years. You're accustomed to a different lifestyle than this guy's going to provide. You're going to ask and desire for something more than he can even fathom. And that pressure is going to end up breaking him anyways. And he's going to want to know where that pressure is coming from. And it's not the fact that he's incapable. It's just the fact that you've had different experiences at a different level. So if we make that something that's a normal or a norm, you can kind of eliminate the insecure man and his capabilities, off rip. Now, if the man is secure about it, oh, word, you was married to, or you dated Floyd Mayweather for 3 years, that's lit. And he can still stick with you, then you got to keep her, But
First of all, inflation.
no, Erin
Okay.
asked it. Let Erin ask it because
I don't want that. No.
Okay, so do you guys think that speaking of what's outdated, do you guys think that one income households are outdated? Do you think that we live in a time still where you can have a household where only one person is making money?
well, not could, but go ahead, Stormy. What do you think?
I think one income households are trash. I think they're outdated. I don't think we need to have them anymore. Boo, boo, tomato, tomato. Okay, it's done. Okay, first of all, like let's set all the inflation and how it's financially irresponsible aside, right? When you have a one income household, 9 times out of 10, this person is working their ass off to provide for this one income household. So what's going to happen? He's not in the house all the time. So what's going to happen? A woman is going to say, oh, I feel like he doesn't treat me like I'm special. He's not addressing my needs. Now what's going to happen? She don't want to have sex. Now what's going to happen? He going to start cheating. Now we have infidelity issues. Now we have an unhappy marriage. This is foolish. It doesn't need to be said. And even all that aside, I don't feel comfortable having to go to my man and say, yo, can I have some money for deodorant?
That's it.
I can't do it. Yo, can I have some money for tampons? I can't do it. Like, to be that dependent on someone, like, bro, if you want to be a child all your life, just say that. Like, it's nothing wrong with being taken care of. It's nothing wrong with being well kept. But having your person take care of you, like, just as a one income household is just an ideal that I feel like we don't need anymore.
Yeah, I think it's outdated for the majority. It's not impossible, but
So for me, I think that this is okay. I think that one income
taking care of the house.
should be able to take care of everything. However, I personally do not want to be in a position where I have to ask for money, gas money, deodorant money, toilet paper money. You know what I
Crazy.
mean? Like, can you pay my copay on my teeth cleaning tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, just dumb shit, And I think for one, it takes away from your independence, your ability to, because I know a bunch of y'all men hate that word, independence. It takes away from your ability to just be a fully functioning adult. And some people are okay with that, and I'm fine with that. That's your decision. Do you, boo? But for me, in my house, I don't ever want to be in a position, with the exception of like if someone's ill or, where I can't come and go as I please.
Yeah.
And I can't make certain decisions. And I'm not even saying nothing crazy, but like if I want to go and buy a tomahawk steak tonight at the butcher, like I want to be able to just do that without having to ask for money.
Yeah.
There's just a certain level of independence that comes with having your own money.
And then, like, even when you're building and when you're growing, right? Like, I want the big house with the front yard, the backyard, the stainless steel kitchen, the standalone tub. Like, it's easier for me to obtain that when I have my partner,
Right.
without us both figuring out how we're going to pay the bills. You know what I mean? So it's like, why not have somebody you can build with or it's going to make your life easier?
Yeah. You know what I think? I think that one income household has become outdated. The moment women have been, crushing the game in jobs and just all types of work, the workforce, right? Women have provided actual results on how capable they are. And with that being said, a man to do so for this time and day is not going to work, because when you pay all the bills, it's really a pay to play to speak type of thing.
What do you mean?
Like, you got to pay to speak. Like, if I'm covering all the bills
Oh,
It's a dictatorship more so than a democracy, no matter what, when push comes to shove.
he
Absolutely.
who has the goal.
You know what I'm saying? Makes the rules.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So now with the outspokenness that is now desired from everybody, not just men, but now as men and women, right? A woman wants to come into a home or wants to buy a home and contribute to a home. She's going to want to, showcase how she can also help contribute to this home as well, and as well as keep her independence, keep her actual sanity, because when somebody gets silenced because they are just financially not there, it becomes so hindering and just self-sabotaging that you never know what type of depression that can lead from that. But it has become outdated, and I think that we get into this weird space where we want old rules,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
With with the new abilities, and it just doesn't work, right? Because it's like, hey, I don't mind paying for everything, but at the same time, if I pay for everything, it's gonna be my rules. And you're like, well, hey, I don't mind it. I don't mind me making my own money, but I don't want to pay for everything, but it has to be my rules too. So now you have a conflict with the boundaries that both people are trying to set. So I think that's when it really became outdated, because it's been proven that it can't work. At least when we're talking about from a Gen Z and moving forward standpoint. The old heads already got it. Their life is already, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your shit is already set in stone. Like, it just is what it is. This shit been working for you for 4 decades and ain't nobody changing it. But if you 25, 22, 30 even, shit might be a little bit different.
But I feel like that's why we get so much of the same conversations on all the podcasts and all the internet shit, because we're living in a time where we're living differently.
It's all changing. We're actually living it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're living.
We're literally
the
right
change.
in the middle of it, because
Yeah.
some people are out here doing this still,
Yeah.
and we're finding new ways to like move in relationships this way, and it's just like, oh well, this is right, or nah, this is right, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
It's a lot, because it's happening right now.
Especially because think about it, like your parents lived in a very different time and space than how you're living now.
And how I would live moving forward.
Exactly.
Don't you think it's
Absolutely.
crippling when you hear, like, I don't know, when I hear a girl say, I want the same marriage my parents had, I'm like, them niggas don't exist and you ain't her. So you can't get it, sweetheart. Let's get on with the times and let's figure out what we can do now, because that is no longer here.
It also was super toxic. Like,
Thank you.
if your granddaddy came home and the food wasn't on the table, your grandma was getting knocked upside the head. Like, so I think we should continue
Not literally,
to pay
y'all.
attention.
No, she
No,
was-
literally. Literally.
I was getting knocked upside.
Your
the
grandma
head.
was getting knocked upside the head, and your granddaddy had another family across
you.
town. So we need to be real and say, yes, those marriages lasted longer because your grandmother didn't have a way out. She had no finances. She had no resources. So we don't want their relationship because
Yeah.
it's not sustainable in today's world, because we're smart enough to know how toxic it was.
Yeah, and it's all about
Well, you're
women's
smart enough.
empowerment now, and we found our independence. So shit is definitely like different.
So this is the thing. So when things are changing, and we all agree on that, right? But some of us, and I would venture to say that it's typically men, are still looking for certain things in women. So your dad and your grandpa and your great grandfather, they were looking for this very rigid standard of a woman, because nothing has really changed for men over the years. You know what I mean? Like men have been in the position of power. They've been able to make the money. They've been able to have certain jobs. They can have checking accounts, credit cards, so on and so forth. For the most part, everything has changed for women. And so that's why I always say, like, I mean, granted, I know y'all don't want to hear it, but like, you have to give women grace. We just got a say in anything. My grandmother, who is still alive today, at one point could not have a checking account, but for my grandfather, who is also still alive today. You know, like my dad's mom, that was her life. And I saw something very different from my mom's mom. She always worked, always kept a job, and I always saw how her marriage was very different. My mom's parents versus my dad's parents. Like, it seemed like my dad's parents, very traditional. You know, I would say my grandma was mad as hell all the time because he had his other baby mama,
Yeah,
and the other
yeah.
family, and but he definitely took care of his family. He definitely took care of his family. Period. I would never take that away from the old school men. Even though they had a second family, their first family took precedence at all time, and they were taken care of. You know, but I feel like she had a different life because she didn't have a voice. You know, whereas because she didn't have money, she left college with my grandfather. You know, so she gave up a lot in order for him to build a certain lifestyle for their family. But then moving forward, it wasn't about their family. It was about the person who had the power in the relationship, you know, and why he had that power. Whereas my mom's mom, if Earl Jobert showed out, she was like, do what you want to do. She stabbed him. She literally stabbed him. I think my grandpa like tried to put his hands on her, and she pretty much
said,
yeah, never again. Literally. No, seriously. So and you know, and I remember my mom told me at one point, my grandmother, there's like a picture of me, like a little kid. I'm like on a couch, like posted up like this, like a little dress on.
That's where he got stabbed?
No. I asked my mom because I didn't notice the area where I took this picture. It wasn't at an auntie's house or it wasn't at my grandparents' house. So I didn't recognize where we were or where I was. And I said, where was this? She was like, oh, that was mama's apartment. I said, apartment? She's like, yeah, you know, they going back and forth. Mama moved out, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And so I was like, okay. And that just showed me that my grandmother had a certain level of like independence and a certain level of like
you ain't finna play with me.
Exactly. You know.
Which makes, honestly, like women, well, see, women get on these internets and they listen to the corny dudes that be talking about women being independent. A man finds a lot of attraction in a woman's independence when they are self-efficient.
Yep.
Not when their independence becomes self-sufficient. Yeah. Not when the women's independence becomes toxic, combative. That's a whole different type of independence. But when you show that you're self-sufficient, it makes us so much more attracted to you because God forbid if I'm putting this all on the line for you and our family and I die, I know my kids are taken care of. You know what I'm saying? When we fight and you got the ability to walk out and get your own apartment the next day, chill, babe, where you going? Let's work this out.
Baby, no.
Right?
I was just playing.
Like that toxic, like we talk about toxic all the time. The only thing that's toxic is when somebody's 100% dependent on somebody. That's the only thing that's toxic, right? Because when you become 100% dependent, you're just taking all of these different blows that you typically wouldn't take until you know, become a ticking time bomb and explode. And now
you stab him in his sleep.
And then guess what happens? You still help him revive because he is your dependent.
Yep.
And like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're his dependent.
Or yeah. You're his dependent. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a circle. It's a cycle that goes on. But you know, you had said something that I wanted to touch on before that part.
Grandparents.
Stabbing?
No.
That's what I said.
Allan just threw me off. There's all this extra shit.
I saw it from the corner of my eye too. I was like, what is he doing?
Damn, because there was something that was really, really. It was.
You're saying if a person is dependent 100% on that person.
That was all before that. It was
Damn, so all the way back.
Yeah, I was just taking mental notes, and then Allan's hand just erased it. Just like,
the whiteboard.
Like whiteboard. I was like, oh shit! I was looking for my notes. What I was gonna say is, I was watching 2 nights ago. Allan Watts is one of the people that I watch a lot and listen to a lot.
Just podcast?
No, he's long gone. I mean,
oh, okay.
But he was basically talking about. I mean, the video is called Trust the Universe, but at one specific part, he was talking about relinquishing power is the most power in itself, right? Because if you are someone who is that person of power, let's say if you're the guy and you are the breadwinner, and the woman has nothing, right? You can't even relinquish power, and that's the only time you become corrupted, because you don't even have someone to disperse it to. So now, when you don't have someone to disperse the power to, you're dealing with so many problems in every single aspect. Now, if I was able to disperse the power to, my wife or my girlfriend or whomever, and she has the ability and capacity to take care of some said bills or whatnot in this household, now it actually eases me up, and I actually still feel more empowered. The fact that I have the ability to give the power, and it makes her feel empowered as well, because she can now showcase how she can now, contribute to your relationship as well. So
Like a CEO.
yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what he says. He says every single company relinquishes power to somebody underneath. You have a CEO, you have a CO, you have VPs, you have presidents, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's exactly a healthy, strong person knows how to relinquish power in the right places with the right people. So then that way they can continue to grow and be what they need to be. But you can never fully be what you're meant to be if you're constantly taking on all of the little stuff as well as the big stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's a really good.
Shout out to Marie, because I was thinking about our conversation, and then when I was thinking about it, I was like, let me go look up Allan Watts. I haven't watched him in a couple of years, and then I've been on the binge.
Marie
By the
didn't
way,
tell me about
Allan-
no Allan Watts.
You really got to get on the mic. I know, but the audience is like, Allan, please get on a mic.
Y'all, we be trying.
Well, then
Go
what you
sip
guys
up-
should
go
do is
sip up
send a
Marie.
super chat. A quart is $39.99.
Yeah, that's
Right?
why Allan doesn't have a mic, because we can't afford a cord.
This is true.
See?
Somebody said $40.
So who's gonna
Super
send the
chatter.
$40 for us to get Allan's mic? We're gonna get Allan's mic right attack.
I think that's the one
Just
request
talk to
that
me.
happens the most.
Weekly.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay, guys. So we're talking about things that should be outdated and things that have been outdated. Do we think? Oh gosh,
Hope my shit don't get
that
outdated.
needs to be outdated. Don't say that no more.
I don't know why I said it. It was just, bad kids can't help the urge. I just
Rico,
it popped into my head, and I
Rico,
literally
I'm
just-
sure you used to say that. You used to say these nuts.
Rico gives me the vibes of that little kid who just to go around the school telling everybody to suck it and shit.
I was never that type of
I
person.
don't believe you.
Nah, I was really getting my shit sucked. I was a kid with the girl in the hallway, like,
In
hurry
the
up, hurry up.
in the staircase. That's what
Hurry
kind
up,
of
hurry up,
bad
hurry
kid
up.
he was.
Terrible.
Calling the people.
Texting my homies like, yo, guess what just happened in second block?
Oh my god.
Finger bang.
On the slides,
Aaron.
everything.
Not the.
Her shit mad strong, right?
Every time she do the
She got veins that go in each finger.
No, there's this comedian that I like. Her name is Fortune Feemster or Feimster, whatever. She's really funny, and I heard her say finger bang before. She's really funny.
Because I was like, wait, do they say that in Houston?
No, it's not.
Finger.
It's a white thing. The woman who the comedian, she's a white lady.
Because I'm like, that's just plain old fingering. Finger bang.
Finger bang.
Anyway, it's not important.
Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is, should cheating be outdated?
Well, cheating.
Yeah, let's define it.
Cheating in what context?
Yeah.
Should cheating be outdated in the sense of normalized, in the sense of
In a sense of-
chastising?
In the sense of it being a deal breaker for relationships.
This is the best conversation. I wish I need some, because these lights
Look cute.
Does it?
got
Okay,
me
great.
stressed. My shit just tearing.
Where are your glasses?
It's not
Where
even
your
that. My eyes are sensitive. To
He
a
was
lot
like
of light.
this, and I was just like, oh boy, Rico has a lot to say, but it's just your eyes, huh?
It's really I don't know if it's that one. I think it's
No,
that
it's
one.
this one. It's
That shit is like
100%
this.
one. Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Turn on the light.
All of the lights, all of the lights. Dun, 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 dun,
Yo, you don't
dun,
understand
dun,
what it
dun,
feels
dun,
like.
dun,
It's like a cigarette break. Oh wow, that's so much better. I can actually see.
So what? So okay, I think before this question is answered, I think we have to
You can put it in the back. Oh shit.
yeah.
have to,
Don't worry about me.
It didn't last.
It's
we have
okay.
to come to a meeting
Used
of
to
the
suffering.
minds of what cheating is, because I think that people don't necessarily convene on the same definition of what cheating is.
We're talking about, if we're gonna talk about flirting with someone or texting someone is cheating.
Emotional cheating.
That so is do the people in a relationship equate emotional cheating and physical cheating? Do they look at them as being the same, or does that mean or is cheating where you have an agreement of what the rules are, and then a person in the relationship goes outside of those rules? So let's just say you agree to have an open relationship, but the rules of that require X, Y, and Z.
And
But
you went outside of X, Y, and
you
Z.
went and did A, B, and C. Now you're cheating. So I think it's important to understand everybody has to be on the same page about what it is.
I don't want to go off on a tangent, but realistically, I've never been in a relationship where they said, hey, all of these things are cheating. Like flirting is cheating. Commenting eggplant emoji is cheating. It's supposed to be like, what's cheating is almost like supposed to be understood.
Yeah.
When it's not in a physical sense.
Can we just agree to say that whatever you and your partner consider cheating for your relationship, is that a deal breaker if they go outside? Should it be outdated? Whatever it means for.
Is monogamy? It was never a dated concept. It was a forceful one.
Oh, well, that's not the conversation. So let's not go there.
Technically, I can't get married to two women, right?
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
So it was forced.
But I feel like that is that's going to drive us astray if we start getting into what falls under the line of cheating, just for whatever you and your spouse consider cheating for your personal relationship.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Right. Should it be an outdated concept that's a deal breaker?
Well, I
think it's cap that is even a deal breaker. I know a lot of people who say, if you cheat on me, it's going to be over. Get cheated on, and still be there.
Well, I think that's a lot for you to call it cap.
It is cap because
if you left me and put your dick in somebody else, I'm not going to be very happy with that. And if I want to leave,
I'm not going
No.
to.
No. We are using clear words, deal breaker, which means this shit is over.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But you probably have to say that from the outset. Like, I think that's the difference.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like, if like you have to say, because think about your non-negotiables. I think you are probably extremely clear in what your non-negotiables are. And I think for someone to go against those non-negotiables, then they know what the consequences are going to be. So when it comes to what she's saying, I think, again, there has to be a meeting of the minds of what this is something I'm not going to tolerate, period. You steal from me, you do X, Y, and Z, fuck you, I'm out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm saying women say that. I've heard.
Like real non-negotiables in
if you cheat on me, it's over. Get cheated on and stay.
Yeah, but that's when the niggas start putting on the shows.
No, but I mean, and right, listen, if you cheat, you better put on a show to get it back. And it might not work, but that's the least you could do. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back into the actual outdated things. I believe firmly that cheating being a deal breaker, especially nowadays, we're talking about the Gen Zs and maybe even millennials,
I agree.
which is more open, is really gonna relax. It's more. It being a deal breaker is outdated, especially if we're talking about married people. Yo, when you marry, you're not about to leave, especially if you've been together for X amount of time. You're not just leaving because somebody cheated once. You leaving because there was a whole affair. You leaving because he had a whole family. You leaving because he had a 2-year relationship with this one person. You didn't leave because it was a one-night stand in Colombia.
But here's the thing, though. I don't think that.
What if it was on Flatbush?
Maybe you should leave. If it's on Flatbush, then that's a problem. Flatbush?
You like Colombia making it an excuse. What if there's no good excuse?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
It's all right. Go ahead.
No.
I'm a big boy.
Every time I like
with the big dogs. Gemini season.
Every time I pour a normal shot, Rico's like,
She's respecting my boundaries.
Thank you.
All right. And I just want to say thank you.
And she always respects mine. I love that. You gave me a little bit more than yours, though.
You'll be okay.
But she's usually really good, though.
Wait, so Stormy, what do you think?
That's good.
Well, it's funny because you were saying people say their deal breaker is cheating, but then the person cheats once and they don't leave. I don't think that the cheating once is the deal breaker because I believe everybody deserves grace. So I think everyone, it's like Spider-Man, everybody gets one, right? But I think if you're continuing this behavior, now you're just a fucking cheater. And now, yes, this is the deal breaker. I have to leave you. But I don't think that just once, honestly, we're all humans. Nobody's perfect. Shit happens. Everybody gets one to me. But if we're not going to fix it and make it better, yeah, that's when it becomes the deal breaker. You're not
And
gonna
you
keep playing in
even
my face.
getting behind this mic talking about girls don't really leave. Nobody, you don't even deserve no grace. That's why you shouldn't give no nigga grace, because they don't think that you're really gonna leave. Look at you.
But the thing is,
FYI, they don't leave either.
yeah, and exactly, because this is the thing. Girls don't. First of all, people don't
girls.
leave. People are not, girls or guys, I don't care who you are, ain't leaving if you are really that good. You understand? If you are a great husband or a great father and you take care of your household, you take care of your woman, and you make her feel great, and she finds out that you cheated, is it gonna break her heart? Yes. Is she gonna go through that process? Yes. But
She gonna fuck someone else? Yeah.
most likely, right? But and Allan, this is how I met Allan. I said, hey, listen, if you played,
Take that L.
you gotta take the L. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, when you are actually really good, nobody's just leaving you off of one thing. Now, here's my thing. What I think we should have a real conversation too about is the boundaries of having a hall pass. I think like we can't compare our relationships to any other time frame because ain't nobody had the access that we have today.
Agreed.
Nobody had the flights. Nobody had cheap flights. Nobody had package deals. Nobody had Instagram. I can see whatever I want to see in this world from here all the way around this shit 3 times.
But you can't have no family 2 blocks away though.
Nah, that's a little wild, right?
See that's what I'm saying.
But that's a
it's
baby.
different,
That's
but-
not cheating. That's a little bit more. That's more in depth. Being a sucker.
You know what's crazy?
First of all,
That's Stormy. Yeah.
okay, go ahead, Storm.
No, Stormy wants to answer actually. So
Okay,
you can
okay.
Sucker.
Shut up, Rico.
On every date, not one date. We gotta be first.
Nobody
date,
brings
10
flowers
times.
on every date.
Bring me a gas card. Like,
First
when
of all,
You don't even have gas card.
I'll snatch that right out your. Give me that.
no, what I'm saying is that when I did drive okay, wait a minute.
What you used to drive? What you used to drive?
Baby, the Honda CRV 2006. She parked in Houston right now. Texas. What's up?
Oh, it's still there.
I drive it when I go home.
Okay, got you. That's lit.
Oh, you remember how to drive gas cars?
Think about it. Like I
True.
just drove this car like
You damn
2
near
days ago.
50-50.
Right? No. But yeah, I like if you want to bring me something and impress me.
Look into the camera and tell them you're rich.
If you,
Definitely about to start. And so she was like, if you hold on.
Look, it's the shot in one hand, it's the drink, it's the
I'm
glasses,
about to say
it's
the
the big earrings.
glasses. Look at the camera and tell them you're rich.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna bring me a gift on a date, like, bring me like a Target card or something. Like,
Erin is so practical.
I'm incredibly like if I tell you that I run on the weekends, buy me a pair of I'm sorry. If I tell you I run on the weekends, buy me a pair of running socks. Buy me like a Camelback. You know what I mean? Like, don't spend $50. Huh? No, it's the thing, the water pack you wear on your back.
Thought it was a cigarette.
Well, yeah, with good sentiment, I'd take that too. Like, oh, I got you a Target gift card because I know,
You love Target.
I love Target.
or like you can get your running stuff on the first.
Who doesn't love Target?
Okay,
But
let's
we're
get
talking
to
about
it.
regular
Target.
gentlemen, not a new age considerate.
I'm just saying
Man.
gentlemen. I'm not even specifying anything.
The flowers, the
Flowers
doors,
lame.
the walking around the car, the opening.
Okay, speak for yourself, Miss Target card.
Flowers.
Hold on. Okay, let's just ask. Is being a gentleman bringing flowers to the door? Should I say to the door? Bringing flowers to the door on the first date.
Like this too. You don't just bring them. You go like this.
Is it outdated? You hold it again?
Can you hear me now?
These are for you.
I brought you flowers.
I've never got that before.
I brought you.
You can't hide flowers behind your back, silly. I know what it is.
Said what? That'd be cute. That's sickening. That's goofy. I'm glad.
I don't know, bring me like a tomato plant. Something I can
I'd be
plant.
like, yo, I brought you a money tree so you could run it up and pay 50-50.
Aaron doesn't. That's you got me. You got me with that. You got me with that.
I don't know where I got it from though.
That's mad cool.
That sounds
That's
great.
gonna let
I
me
wasn't
know
going
you-
that
I'm
way.
Fuck you on the spot.
That lets me
Tell
know
me
you
that.
will be tricking
Shit.
from here
That
on
got
out.
from the
Cool,
Jamaicans.
good.
No, not tricking, pimping. May
Jesus.
this make you prosperous.
Think about it, like how practical. Let's say you know she has a garden, and you bring her a tomato plant, or you bring her a pack of seeds or something.
Now I gotta go back in the house and put this stuff down. Like I'm ready to go eat.
It's a pack of seeds. You just put it in your purse.
Girl, don't even be like that. If I got flowers, let me go put this in the vase real quick.
Thank you.
You know what's crazy when you said that? Like a few months ago,
See?
I went on a first date, and when I opened the door, my man was at my front door, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like right, and then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out, and I was like, "Wow, this is different, right?" So I'm not even paying attention. I brushed past this nigga trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it, and it just hasn't like I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my car door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went to my group chat. This nigga's weird.
Did you say he opened your car door?
High five.
No. Now let me explain, right? Let me explain. By the time we got to the restaurant, my follow-up text was, y'all, that's my bad. I ain't shit. I just realized I ain't shit. And all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it. And I felt like he technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was he corny. But he really did everything that we want. But it's so unheard of that instead of me appreciating it, this nigga's weird. So I want to say, first of all, sorry to that man. Second of all, now, since that, I haven't got it though. And now I want it. And I've missed the opportunity because he actually was corny. He actually was corny.
Because it takes a corny man to do corny things.
It didn't work out because he actually was corny because we weren't interested in the same things. And I'm
You
not
like Pokemon and stuff.
You like Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's not. First of all, I like Yu-Gi-Oh. So I would have been cool with that. Like that would have been fine. That would have been fine. It's like a card game.
It's like the new. It was the next thing after Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, he just wasn't up to my speed. He wasn't. I don't want to say fast enough, but like, I want to go outside and do stuff that's not always going out to eat or going out. Like I want to go for a walk. I want to go to a museum. I want to go like experience and try new things. I want to take a pottery class. I want to do a paint and sip. I want to go like do different things. And he was just like, yeah, I got this other restaurant we can go to.
Was he overweight?
I'm good. Huh?
Was he overweight?
He wasn't overweight. He just,
That's just how some guys know how to date.
But
No.
They think that it's restaurants.
they don't have nothing else.
Restaurants off the restaurants.
No,
That's it. That they don't
There's
have
nothing
nothing else.
They got
All
that
they
in the
want
fucking
to
box.
do, and I think if we're talking about stuff that's outdated, you taking me to a restaurant for the first few dates is very outdated.
Yeah.
If we're just meeting up, I don't want to go to the movies. I don't want to go to a restaurant. I don't want to do any of these things as a first date because that's not me getting to know you. That's not us having genuine conversations, especially if we go to the movies. Like, what we gonna do? Talk about how we want our steak cooked? Cool. But like, it'll be better if we have time to like, yo, I like to run. I like to work out. Let's go for a walk. Let's go to the gym. Like, I'd much rather do that than go out to a restaurant.
Yo, I love that answer. But I do want to say it's not that he doesn't know anything else. See,
What is it?
the gentlemen are realistically the only man that listened to what a woman said they wanted and didn't know what they wanted. Right? So when you hear about that guy that takes him out to eat or takes women out to eat and just brings flowers and opens all these doors, he ends up being a cornball because he was just doing what you asked. But 9 times out of 10, women are only asking for things, well, people, but in this case, women are only asking for things that other women wanted. Right?
I mean,
So like you might have heard your mother say a man should do this or a man should do that because that's what she wanted and maybe didn't have, right? And maybe she heard that from somebody else because that's what they wanted and that's what they did have. But then you get it, you're like, this is not even all that, right? Maybe you want something with more substance. A gesture of flowers is not enough substance for you. But guess what? Maybe for you, something that's going to teach you something, or maybe some type of knowledgeable thing or a physical activity is going to be more substance for you than it was for the person who gave you this boundary or criteria to run by or script to run by. So I think that's what happens. So it's really not the fact that that man is all the way corny. He was just listening to just a bunch of women. I say this all the time. When women say men like hoes, right? And we love them so much and prostitutes and all this other things. The crazy thing is this. Those are the only women that have a lot of experience. Listen, I'm about to flip it. Those are the only women that have a lot of experience with men. So those are the only women that know how to actually make a man happy. Just like how women like players. Players have a lot of experience with women. So they know how to make women happy. So when you have a lot of experience with the opposite sex, you know what they really want, regardless of what the narrative that's being pushed. So being a bad boy was popping, right? Why was being a bad boy popping? It still is. It has not been, right? But I could tell you a million dudes who is the gentleman that got shitted on.
Can I say something?
You know what I'm saying? You didn't just shit on old boy? What's his name? Chris?
That's not.
No,